Good afternoon, my friends. Okay, so sorry I can't be there with you today, but I know you guys have got this. I'm simply going to kind of walk you through how we use supply and demand together to create a market. So you just watched a video that did a really good job of, I think anyway, of kind of showing you how supply and demand interact and the problems that can happen. So if you notice, the suppliers were frequently changing prices, right? And sometimes when they change prices, that worked out to their advantage, but sometimes it caused them to have too much of something. So then what would they do? They would adjust the price. And that's really all we're trying to look at is when we put supply and demand together, I call that a market. And then what happens in a market to try to always reach what we refer to as equilibrium. All right? So if you'll remember, we have supply schedules and we have demand schedules. Remember that they don't work the same, right? That if we look over here at our demand schedule, as the price falls, the quantity demanded goes up. On the supply schedule, as the price falls, the quantity supplied goes down. So the market is how can we make both of those entities happy? And so if we look right here, as always, we have our price and our quantity, with price rising on the vertical axis, quantity rising here on the horizontal axis. And if we were to plot those points, we would get a downward sloping demand curve and an upward sloping supply curve. This point right here in the middle, that is what we refer to as equilibrium. So for whatever good we are graphing here, our equilibrium price would be $3. And at a price of $3, we would have 30. And the market would clear, meaning that we would have no excess and we would have no shortages. So equilibrium price, equilibrium quantity. Perfect. So quantity demanded and quantity supplied are equal. And so the shelf is cleared. All right. So what if the price goes up? The supplier's like, wow, people really like my item. I'm going to see what I can do. And so I'm going to raise my price. Well, if the price were to go up, we refer to that as disequilibrium. So nothing changed, just price changed. But at a price of $4, we come over and we hit our demand curve, come down here, our quantity demanded is now 20. Because at a price of $4, we know that less people are going to want to purchase that item. But suppliers want to make a profit. So at a price of $4, our quantity supplied is 40. So quantity supplied is greater than quantity demanded, and this is the size of our surplus. And so if I asked you to measure it, you would tell me, well, we have 20 extra because that quantity supplied is 40, quantity demanded is 20, so there's 20 extra of that item. And so what would you do to get rid of a surplus? You would lower the price. All right, how much of a surplus would there be if the price was $5? Well, at a price of $5, our quantity demanded is 10. Quantity supplied is 50. And so you would tell me that the surplus would be, yay, you got it, 40. Okay, well, so suppliers are like, whoop, we messed up. And so we need to actually drop the price. So what if the price goes down to $2? Well, at a price of $2, we still have disequilibrium. So at a price of $2, we come over here. I'm on my supply curve. My quantity supplied now is 20 because as the price of an item goes down, quantity supplied will also fall. But people want more. So at a price of $2, our quantity demanded is going to be 50. That we refer to as a shortage. There's not enough. So quantity demanded is going to exceed quantity supplied. What would that shortage be? 30. What would you do to get rid of a shortage? You would raise the price and put us back at equilibrium. So if your price is only $1, suppliers are like, no way. Yet the quantity demanded is going to be huge. And we're going to have a massive shortage. What would the size of that shortage be? You got it, 70. Okay, so the thing is that in a free market system where there's no government controls, things are always going to adjust. I mean, that's what's going to happen. We're always going to try to get back to equilibrium. All right, so if there's a surplus, producers are going to lower the price. And if there's a shortage, producers are going to raise the price. All right, so I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to review. You guys have got some questions here. So here on the screen are the things that I want you to go through, talk with your table. You've got about 3 minutes, and then we will move on.